From the Mitchell Field Complex in Uniondale, here on Long Island, I'm Peter Schwartz, and welcome to the 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football League Championship game, the Rosedale Jets taking on the Garden City Thunder. And again, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peter Schwartz here at Mitchell Field for yet another championship game, part of Championship Sunday for the Nassau County Youth Football League, and this one pitting Rosedale against a Garden City football team laden with key talented players up and down their lineup. A.J. Hafner, their tailback defensive lineman, the heart and soul of their team, and a big part of what this team does. You see the four captains for Garden City coming out, along with the captains for Rosedale. Among the captains for Garden City, we mentioned A.J. Hafner is out there. Also James Walker, one of their captains, number 14, Jeff Finnell, and also number 10, Ryan Rafferty, four of their key players in getting them to this point of the season here playing for a championship. This team, this Garden City Thunder team, has been a juggernaut in youth football. They have not lost a game since they started playing together at 7 years old. A balanced attack, a power running game, and the offense has scored more than 20 points in 7 of the 9 games that they have played so far in this season. On the defensive side of the football, the Thunder disciplined, also aggressive. They employ a variety of different fronts that will keep the opposing offenses guessing throughout the course of the game. It's a suffocating defense that has not given up more than one touchdown in any game this year. They have outscored their opponents by a score of 207-46 on the season. So obviously a tough task ahead for the Rosedale Jets against this very, very talented Garden City football team. Coin toss was just executed at the middle of the field, and we are just moments away from getting underway here at Mitchell Field for the 4th of 5 championship games for the Nassau County Youth Football League on this beautiful sunshiny day here at the Mitchell Athletic Complex. We'll talk a lot about this Garden City team as we move along. So many good players, both sides of the football. We'll get you the starting lineups once the game gets underway and talk about a number of these great young men playing for the Garden City Thunder 11s. Rosedale has it teed up down to our left, and down to our right, Garden City in their maroon burgundy jerseys, white helmets, white pants. Rosedale with their white jerseys, black pants, black helmets to our left. And here's the kickoff. Garden City fielding it back at the 28-yard line. On the return, Michael Ferrucci on the return, and Garden City will put the ball into play 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. And we're going to see this outstanding Garden City offense take the field. James Walker and Ryan Rafferty will split the quarterback duties. And here's a give up the middle. A.J. Hafner, a bruising running back with power and size, speed, and a good lead blocker as well. Right back to the line comes Garden City, with Ryan Rafferty as the quarterback. And we've got whistles right away. And there is a Apparently some sort of discrepancy as to where the ball should have been placed, and now it is at the 36-yard line on second down. And here's a give around the right side to Fennell. Jeff Fennell, the ball carrier, and brought down at the 40-yard line. Fennell, a running back that can really do a little bit of everything, a perfect combination of speed and size. He can block, he can run, and sometimes he'll even pass the ball if they need him to. So you can see him run up the middle there and get some positive yardage. And there's a first down run. Again, it's A.J. Hafner. And there's a look at Garden City's starting offensive lineup. Ryan Rafferty, the quarterback. You see Hafner and Fennell and Radini is the running back. The big center, R.J. Falvey. And the rest of that offensive line, including Costa Walsh. And we'll talk about that big offensive line as we move along, and we've got whistles. And it looks like Rosedale jumped. Rest of that offensive line for Garden City. We mentioned Costa Walsh. Left tackle is Ethan Dorsonville. The right tackle is Ben Smith. The right guard, Wolf Ulrich. The center, I mentioned, R.J. Falvey. That tremendously talented offensive line leading the way for this strong running game. And here is Rafferty keeping it himself around the right side and gets up to about midfield, so a couple of yards. It'll bring up second down. Rafferty has rushed for 9 touchdowns on the ground this season. Again, it's a two-headed monster at the quarterback position for Garden City with James Walker and Ryan Rafferty. Walker has 2 touchdown passes this season. I mentioned Rafferty has rushed for 9. And Rafferty is still in there on second down and 3 for the Thunder from midfield. And here's a pitch and a run around the left side and a first down for the Thunder inside the 40-yard line, and pushed out of bounds was Christian Radini, number 16. And Rosedale had to move quickly to try and force him out. Radini is a back with some speed and a home run threat on just about any play. And he is, quote-unquote, a touchdown maker for this Garden City Thunder football team. 1st and 10 now for Garden City inside the 40-yard line. Well-precisioned offense, and here's a run on the left side, and that time Radini was snuffed out by that Rosedale defense.
Christian Radini with the carry, stopped by Thomas.
Royce Thomas was in on the tackle. Gain of just about a yard, and 2nd and 9 here for Garden City. That time it was Walker in at quarterback, and he gave the handoff to Fennell.
James Walker with the carry, stopped by Takeesh Wright.
Wright for Rosedale on the stop. And now a 3rd down and 9 for Garden City. Trying to move the chains on their first drive of the game. Here is the give, straight up the middle, close to a first down. Let's see where they spot this down. A tremendous run there by A.J. Hafner, a bruising running back that was able to get close to the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 at the 30-yard line. Good blocking up front. He's able to get down to the 30. Jaden Stevens, number 30 for Rosedale, made the tackle. And here is the give to Fennell, and Fennell's got the first down and a little bit more. And that is the thing about this Garden City offense. They looked like they were down and out on 3rd and 9 after they were stopped on 2 plays, but they are able to get 2 explosive plays after that. They move the chains, and they've got a first down at the 27-yard line. Now Rafferty at quarterback again. Rafferty with a pitch to Radini around the right side. He's got some room, and then the white jerseys close in on him at around the 21-yard line.
Radini with the run around outside, stopped by Charles. Second down and 4 at the Jets 21.
Charleston Pierre-Charles making the tackle for Rosedale. The gain of 6 for the Thunder, and brings up second down. And here's the give up the middle to Hafner. A.J. Hafner, the ball carrier, moves the sticks. A tailback and a defensive lineman, the heart and soul of this team, runs so hard, and a really tough player. And to go along with being a terrific football player, a great kid on and off the field, as we're told.
Alfred Hafner with the carry, stopped by Jaden Williams.
And now here is Rafferty rolling to his right and brought down before he's able to do much. It's like Brizzy and Thomas.
Brian Rafferty with the run, stopped by Charleston Pierre-Charles.
Also, Charleston Pierre-Charles in on that play as well. And it's second down and 13 back at the 19-yard line. So Rosedale's defense bending a little bit, but not breaking on this drive. And Garden City still looking for this first touchdown on this opening drive of the game. And now we've got some pushing and shoving movement at the top of your screen, and we'll see what they call here. And this looks like it's going against Garden City. Garden City making some uncharacteristic mistakes here. James Walker now at quarterback for Garden City as Walker and Rafferty continue to divide the snaps. A lot of times they say in football if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. But in this case, that's not true. They have 2 outstanding quarterbacks that share the time. Here's Hafner. Down to about the 20-yard line. Get some of that yardage back, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long from the 20. James Walker in the game at quarterback, also plays safety. Very, very quick player, very smart, and one of the really good leaders on this Garden City team. Third down and long from the 20. And here's a pitch around the left side, and with a little bit of room that closes down very quickly. That was Radini. Gets it down to the 9-yard line, or it should be the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and 9.
4th down, 4th and 9 at the Jets.
Radini will also play cornerback for Garden City, quick and fast. A lot of touchdowns this year and can play very, very aggressively on defense, and we'll see that shortly when Rosedale gets the ball first offensively. Fennell is in the backfield with Radini. And here's an end around to Radini. Radini gets down inside the 15-yard line, and let's see. He's going to be short of the first down as a turnover on downs is forced by Rosedale. So Garden City, after a nice drive down inside the 25-yard line, they come up short, and Rosedale is able to hold them on 4th down, and now they will get the ball for the first time in this game. So the Rosedale Jets dodging a bullet as Garden City came all the way down the field, but the drive stalls, and now Rosedale will take over. For Garden City on defense, we're going to keep an eye on Mark Escher, number 23, and Ethan Dorinsville, number 80. Also, their disruptive linebacker, Crosby Krause. And Jeff Fennell, who we also just saw as a running back, is a very good middle linebacker. A.J. Hafner, the running back, is a defensive tackle on defense. And C.J. Mattis, nose guard number 8 for Garden City. We'll check out their complete starting lineup in just a moment. And a whistle right off the bat. Rosedale calls for a timeout as they took a look
Timeout, Rosedale.
At what Garden City was going to show. Here is that Garden City starting defense. We talked about Escher, Hafner, Mattis, Falvey. There's Ben Smith, the defensive guard, Dorinsville. And the defensive backs, Ryan Rafferty, Christian Radini, James Walker, and the linebackers, Crosby Krause and Jeff Fennell. A really, really good defense for the Garden City Thunder. A long first drive for Garden City on offense, taking us down to 2:05 to go in the first quarter, and no score. Now Rosedale up to the line. And here's a run to the outside, nowhere to go, and met with a bevy of burgundy jerseys. They officially call the color maroon, according to the Nassau County Youth Football League official roster for Garden City. So we'll call it maroon and not burgundy. So a loss on that play of a couple of yards back to the 12-yard line. Here's a pitch around the right side, hitting the backfield, but able to escape and get up across the 20-yard line, and finally brought down at the 21-yard line. Thomas Brizian was the ball carrier.
Thomas with the carry, stopped by James Walker.
James Walker came up to make the stop. We'll look at it again. Brizian Thomas, the stiff arm, was able to break loose a little bit. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. A long 2, short 3. Now Rosedale resetting their personnel. And there's a penalty marker down, a run around the left side of the line. It'll be short of the first down, but there is a penalty marker down. And that's going to go on Rosedale.
Flag on the play, they back him up.
So this will get brought back to the 16-yard line. 3rd down and 9 now for the Jets. And we have another whistle. And this time a timeout called by Garden City. And that's the end of the first quarter. So they ran the clock down to the end of the first quarter. And the score at the end of 1, Rosedale 0, Garden City 0 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Peter Schwartz back at the Mitchell Field Athletic Complex in Uniondale. We head to the second quarter. And now Rosedale with a third down. Trying to convert here. The game's scoreless. Here's a pitch to the outside. It's a loose ball. They fall on it back at the 5. And Garden City has the football inside the 5-yard line. Ball was recovered by number 14, Jeff Fennell, on the pitch that was bobbled and fell to the ground. So now Garden City is going to have it first and goal. And they will spot this down just inside the 5-yard line. So Garden City looking to take advantage now of the turnover. And they are set up nicely here with a very, very short field inside the 5-yard line. First and goal to goal for Garden City in a scoreless game here for the 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football League Championship. And they give us to Hafner up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown for the Garden City Thunder, and they take a 6-0 lead. Oh, that was easy. One play, 4 yards, Hafner the run. Bulldozes his way right up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. And now they'll go for the extra point. R.J. Falvey is their center. Man in motion is Radini. And they give us to Hafner. There's a penalty marker down. He's in for the extra point, but we have to see what the flag is here. And Garden City is proceeding as if it's going to be on Rosedale. And that seems to be what the case is here. So 9:51 to go in the second quarter. The score, Garden City 7, Rosedale nothing. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help.
And we are back at the Mitchell Field Athletic Complex. 9:51 to go in the second quarter. Garden City has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on Rosedale. On the touchdown run by A.J. Hafner, and also Hafner with the run for the extra point. Here's the kickoff. It's a squibber, and it's recovered by Rosedale right around midfield. So when you think about Garden City football, obviously Juggernaut comes to mind, not just at the youth level, but when you get into middle school and also to high school. The Garden City High School Trojans coming off a Class 2 championship win on Saturday night. So there's a big pipeline of football going through Garden City from the youth level all the way through into their school levels as well. And they do a great job with their coaching. And they generally have big numbers when it comes to participation at the youth football level and, of course, into middle school and high school. Now 1st and 10 at the 49 for Rosedale. Now going right to left here in the second quarter. And not much room there. And a big tackle coming up to make that stop.
Ian Thomas with the carry.
Thomas was the ball carrier.
By Mark Escher.
And it was Escher coming up to make the tackle. Number 23. Mark Escher, a tight end and a defensive end. Strong, gifted athlete, plays with a lot of passion. Escher and Dorinsville, they seal the edge against the run. They can get after the opposing quarterbacks when they have to. And that last play, a good indication of that. 2nd down and 11. Pass play here for Rosedale down to the far side of the field. It's caught inside the 30-yard line. A big play here, down inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line. A big pass play there to Jaden Stevens. Big pass play there down to Stevens.
1st and 10 at the Garden City.
And
13.
Rosedale now knocking on the door with a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. First and 10 for the Jets of Rosedale. And here's a give along the left side of the line, down inside the 10.
And Thomas with the carry.
Thomas
Stopped by C.J. Matisse.
was the ball carrier. And we've got a timeout called by Garden City to kind of slow things down here, as a couple of big plays have brought Rosedale knocking on the door inside the 10-yard line
Garden City.
with 8:22 on the clock here in the second quarter. And now Garden City trying to figure out what just hit them. The long pass play and now the run down to the 9-yard line. Head coach Michael Walker imploring his kids to forget about what just happened and try and keep Rosedale out of the end zone. So after the timeout here, here's Rosedale with a 2nd down and 5 or 6. 3 running backs in the backfield. And here's a give brought down. Ball comes loose. And let's see, Garden City's got it. Garden City recovers the fumble.
By the Rosedale Jets.
We'll take a look at it again, see where the ball comes loose. If it was a bad exchange. No, it was Hafner who forced the fumble. And then the ball was recovered, and now Garden City will have it 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. And now the give is to Hafner. There's a penalty marker down as he tries the left side, met by some white jerseys. And there is a penalty marker that came in from the
with the carry.
defensive side of the field. It looks like there's a hold. And this is going to go on Garden City. So 1st and 15 for the Thunder. Back at the 5-yard line. Garden City taking a long time to get the playoff, and now we've got whistles again and some movement along the line. Now, false start on the Thunder. And now Garden City really backed up in the shadows of their goalpost. Ryan Rafferty getting the play in. First and 18 from the 2-yard line. And it's a keeper up the middle. Try and get some breathing room. Not much there.
Ryan Rafferty with the carry, stopped by
gets up to about the 5. Rafferty comes back with the next play as Garden City tries to get something going here on this drive after the turnover. And now Rosedale jumps off sides. So Rosedale gives 5 yards right back to Garden City. And now Garden City switches up quarterbacks again. Back in the game is James Walker. Look at the Garden City sideline. And here is a big play up the middle. Fennell gets out across the 15-yard line to about the 18, maybe the 17 is all he got to. And just like that, it's a manageable 3rd down for the Thunder at the 17-yard line.
Stopped by Jason Calhoun.
Jason Calhoun, number 50 for Rosedale, made the tackle on that last play. And here's a give to Garden City. A 1st down run across the 25-yard line. And that was Fennell, the ball carrier again. And Garden City is able to move the sticks. Another good run for Fennell.
1st down on the play.
Running back and linebacker, a natural athlete, a team leader. His father, Steve, we talked about the pipeline at Garden City High School, but Fennell's father, Steve, the defensive coordinator of Garden City High School. And here's a run for Hafner up across the 30-yard line to the 32. And moments after they were in the shadows of their goalpost, Garden City on the move with the Thunder out across their own 30. Clock is running, 4.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Now Garden City looking to add to what is a 7-0 lead. And here is the give to Radini around the right side. And Radini is close to a first down, but will be a little bit short. It'll bring up third down. We mentioned Radini is a very, very fast player, can make things happen. He just came up a little short of the first down. And here's Hafner. Hafner's got the first down across the 40 to the 41, 42-yard line. And the Garden City 11s are on the move once again. The Garden City 9-year-old team lost the championship game to Massapequa earlier today. Timeout called here by Rosedale. So Garden City trying to make amends for that and win this 11-year-old championship. And they're so far so good at this moment, up 7-0 with the football and 3:35 remaining until halftime. It's amazing the chemistry on this Garden City team. They have not lost a game since they were playing together at 7 years old. That's a lot of winning, and that's why you look at what Garden City High School is able to do. The kids in Garden City playing football, they know nothing but winning, and it starts at this level. 207-46, their point total. They've outscored their opponents this season. At this moment, you have to admire Rosedale for what they've been able to do so far and hang in there. But a couple of turnovers is the reason why they trail 7-0. Here's a pitch back and a throw and a completion down inside the 40 to Radini, almost to the 30. It was a pitch back to Fennell, who threw it downfield to Radini. A great play for the Thunder, and a big first down chunk down the field. Here's a look at it again. Here's the pitch. And Fennell hitting Radini, steps out of bounds. First and 10 for the Thunder at the 32. Here's Hafner. Has some room along the left side, down inside the 30 to the 31. But just when you thought Garden City was in a little bit of trouble, Rosedale was driving, but then Garden City comes up with the turnover. Garden City's backed up, 3rd and long. They're able to keep the drive going. Around the left side on the keeper is Rafferty. And Rafferty takes it down just outside the 20-yard line. And let's see, they're going to give them a first down at the 22. So Garden City moving the sticks again and taking time off the clock. 2:40 to go until halftime. Now the pitch around the right side, down inside the 20 and inside the 15-yard line. And it's Radini. Seeing a lot of action. Little spark plug there.
Christian Rodini with the carry. Stopped out of bounds by Jaden Stevens.
Jaden Stevens knocked him out of bounds. And it's a first down and 10 for the Thunder at the 12-yard line. So they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. And a timeout called by Rosedale here as Garden City is knocking on the door.
Rosedale Jets.
You look at Rosedale going back to their huddle and a look at their defensive personnel. Maybe they just need a little bit of a breather here. You see 72, Armani Richardson. 25, Cameron Graves. Their coaching staff talking to them about figuring out a way to keep Garden City out of the end zone here. Two minutes and 18 seconds until halftime. There'll be an 8-minute halftime, and then the third quarter. And then still one more championship game to follow after this one. Here's Hafner down towards the 5-yard line. Not quite the 5, maybe the 6. They'll bring up second down. Garden City right back to the line. Again, it's Hafner, this time the right side. And he's met up with a couple of white shirts inside the 5, down and around the 3. Brizian Thomas was there. Also, Tykeesh Wright on the tackle.
Fennell with the carry. Stopped by Tykeesh Wright.
And the run was good enough for a first down, so it's going to be a first and goal for Garden City at the 1-yard line. They spot it right down at the 2-yard line. So first and goal from the 2 when play resumes after this timeout. Now here come the Thunder after the timeout. Hafner and Fennell are in the backfield. Rafferty gives to Fennell, who steps right into the end zone for another Garden City touchdown. Jeff Fennell finds the end zone, and Garden City goes up 13-0. You look at it on the replay. Great job, that offensive line once again. Falvey, Ulrich, Smith, Walsh, Dorsenville. And now they're going to kick the extra point. And here's the hold, and here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. So with 1:46 to go, that kick is worth 2 points. So Garden City goes up 15-0 on that extra point that is kicked. At this level of youth football, the kick is 2, and going for a run or pass is 1. So it is 15-0 for Garden City now with 1:46 to go in this first half. So Garden City with that 7-0 lead, and they're able to add on here with the touchdown, the 2-point kick. And they are in firm control, up 15-0, under 2 minutes to go until halftime. And now if you are Rosedale, you actually moved the ball a little bit on Garden City. They had that big pass play that took them down deep into Garden City territory, but they were unable to finish the drive. And there's only 1:46 to go in this first half, but still you would think Rosedale is going to try and at least get the ball downfield, try to get something on the board here before the end of the first half. Now Garden City has it teed up at the 45. And the kick is a squibber down to about the 45-yard line. That's Kevin Probilski, who handled the kickoff duties there. And Rosedale will take over 1st and 10 from their own 45.
Rosedale Jets 1st and 10 at their own 45.
This is how Garden City does it. They do it with power, they do it with speed, and we've seen that on display here today for the most part. Now Rosedale, a run around the left side up across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. That is Brizzian Thomas, number 9, on the carry.
Thomas with the carry, stopped by Alfred Hafner.
Hafner made the tackle. Couple of yards on that play, 2nd down and 8. 1:10 to go in this first half. Here's a pitch around the right side. And not much doing there up towards midfield. It'll bring up 3rd down, 55 seconds as the player gets out of bounds on the far side. And a player on Garden City is shaken up on the far side of the field. So we'll step aside. 55 seconds to go in the second quarter. 15-0 Garden City on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at media.net.
Peter Schwartz back at the Mitchell Field Athletic Complex. Being helped off the field is Ryan Rafferty. 15-0 Garden City on top with less than a minute to go here in the first half. And here's a quarterback keeper into Garden City territory. And there was a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Garden City. Couldn't see it on the far side of the field, but Garden City gets the ball back, and they'll have it 1st and 10 with 46 seconds to go. So 1st and 10 here for Garden City up near midfield. Here's the give to Hafner around the left side. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard. 35 seconds in the first half. James Walker getting the play in. Now 20 seconds in this first half. Five seconds to go in the half, and Garden City calls a timeout. Clock is down to 3 seconds. And only reason you would call timeout here is if you were probably going to try to Hail Mary or something like that. But obviously the coach didn't like what he saw. And now he's barking out the instructions. And this should be the final play, barring a penalty, final play of the first half. And it's a fumbled ball in the backfield as Walker went back to pass, dropped the ball, and that brings us, it's a turnover. It's recovered by Rosedale, but that brings us to the end of the first half. And the score at halftime, Garden City 15, Rosedale nothing, here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later. Going long, wide open. Perazzi, he gets it. Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it. Touchdown. Punch, counter punch. The trickery, Ryder gets it back. Goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch. Just Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it. Touchdown. Touchdown East.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media. Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The Frickery Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
This Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this in the other direction. Make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
Peter Schwartz back with you at the Mitchell Field Athletic Complex in Uniondale. We head to the second half of this Nassau County Youth Football League 11-year-old championship game. Garden City on top 15-0 over Rosedale. And the score really not indicative of Rosedale, what they did in the first half. They had the ability to move the ball a little bit. They had one drive with a big pass play and just couldn't punch it in, turn the ball over. And now we head to the third quarter in Garden City, 20 minutes away from a 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football League championship. As we said in the last game, and really you talk about this for any of the games that were played today, just for these kids in all of these towns, all of these communities, to get to this point, to be able to play a championship game on this field. No shame in the fields that they played all season on and to get to this point, but this is a big deal for these kids, the coaches too, but really for the kids to play in this environment, and they should all be commended for a full season of hard work and dedication just to get here. And this is a great event that the Nassau County Youth Football League is putting on here today with all their championship games. They're calling it Super Bowl Sunday, Championship Sunday here for the Nassau County Youth Football League. And still one more to come after this, the 12-year-old championship game. As Garden City is ready to kick it off to start the third quarter. There's actually two more games after this one. You'll have Massapequa and Belmore in the 12-year-old game, and then Massapequa and Mastic in the 13-year-old game. So 6 championship games. And off the kickoff, there's a recovery by Garden City, and Garden City is going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So an onside kick right off the bat to start the third quarter, and Garden City takes over. And now already with a 15-0 lead, Garden City up to the line. And here's the give straight up the middle. It's Fennell. And Fennell gets about 5 yards. It's still James Walker at quarterback. We saw Ryan Rafferty get shaken up in the first half, and he's still on the sideline. Good to see him up and around and walking. And here's a run around the right side. It's Hafner, stiff arms. Good shot there from our crew of that stiff arm as Hafner gets the first down.
First down, stopped by Charleston.
Look at it again. Great job here, everybody. You see Hafner get that left arm out and is able to get some more yards out of the play. So a 1st and 10 here for Garden City. And here's another run. This is Fennell, but not much room there.
Jeffrey Fennell with the carry, stopped by Caleb Dada.
Mentioned before, Jeff Fennell's father is the defensive coordinator at Garden City High School. That's got to be a cool thought on in his mind to perhaps one day play for a team that his dad coaches. And here's Hafner. He tries the other side. And he gets down inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 37. It'll be
Alfred Hafner,
about 5 yards shy of the first down, 3rd and 5. This is exactly what Garden City wants to do here. Keep the ball on the ground. They've got the 15-0 lead, and they've obviously shaken Rosedale a little bit here in the 3rd quarter with the onside kick to start the 3rd. They're in no hurry. And here's a pass play, and it's complete down the right side, inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 5, and that's a touchdown. Mark Escher, the tight end, catching the pass out on the right side, and he goes the distance for the Garden City touchdown, and it's 21-0. Look at it again. Escher gets a step, makes the reception, and turns upfield immediately and races down the right sideline for the touchdown, not to be caught. Great play there. And Garden City now busting the game open 21-0. And now they'll go for the 1. Here's Hafner, and he's in for the 1 point. So 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The score, Garden City 22, Rosedale 0. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, make it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him, that's loose, and Ross Simmons is gonna take this the other direction, make it, touchdown, touchdown East.
Ready for the ensuing kickoff as we're back at the Mitchell Athletic Complex. 22-0 Garden City over Rosedale. Peter Schwartz with you here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. All smiles there on that Garden City bench. And here's the kickoff. And it's recovered by Garden City, but it did not go the required 10 yards to be an onside kick. So it's going to be Rosedale football. 1st and 10 from the Garden City 48-yard line. And now a big mountain for Rosedale to climb as the Jets face a 22-0 deficit. They've had some moments where they've been able to move the football a little bit. They've also turned the ball over, and those are never any good. Here's a run up the middle, down to about the 44-yard line. Brizzian Thomas was the ball carrier.
Thomas with the carry. Stopped by Alfred Hafner.
And they're a running team, but there will be a point in this game where they will have to start putting the ball in the air a little bit to try and get back into this game. Garden City very stout on defense, as we've talked about, very athletic, physical, powerful. And here's a bad snap, and there's a flag down also, so this probably is a false start. And that's what it's going to be. This Garden City defense has been outstanding so far today. We've talked about a number of the players. One player we did not talk a lot about yet today is number 2, Crosby Krause. One of their outstanding linebackers, a huge heart, big motor, always can deliver a big hit at any time. So he's been very, very active today as well, and now we have another flag. And that's going to move Rosedale back 5 more yards. And that'll be a 2nd down and 14 back at the 46-yard line. And here's a quarterback keeper and nowhere to go. A lot of maroon. A lot of maroon. And there was C.J. Mattis.
Jaden Stevens with the carry.
Was in on that tackle.
C.J. Matisse.
So inside of 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter, 22-0 Garden City. And Rosedale with a 3rd and very long. And here's a pass play. And brought down for a sack back at the 40-yard line. A.J. Hafner was there.
With the carry. Brought down by Alfred Hafner. 4th down.
And that'll bring up 4th down. And really at this point, Rosedale really doesn't have much of a choice. They're down 22-0. I know it's 4th and 22. We'll look at that sack again. You look at that pressure by that Garden City defense. Aggressive, physical. And you saw on that close-up from our on-field camera just how they were able to get in there so quickly. And a timeout is called here by Rosedale, I believe, to figure out what they're going to do. So following the timeout, Garden City's defense back on the field. It's 4th down and 22 for Rosedale as they come back out onto the field. And they do go for it here. Back to pass. Now taking off. Up the middle and well short of a 1st down, only to midfield. And there you see That's Mattis that was waving that he didn't get it. And Garden City holds on defense once again. And with a 22-0 lead, 4:17 to go, now it's just a matter of Garden City keeping this on the ground and winding that clock down. It took them a little while to get going, but now they are in complete control. The Garden City Thunder with a big lead and the football. And here is the give to Fennell, who is brought down behind the line for a loss.
Referee Fennell with a carry, tackled for a loss by Keish Wright.
Keish Wright making the stop for Rosedale. Dwayne Welch was in there as well. And here's a good sign. Ryan Rafferty is back in the game on this drive. Remember, he was shaken up near the end of the first half on a hit by the Rosedale sideline. And here come the Thunder once again. And here's Rafferty on the keeper. Around the left side, there was a penalty marker down. And he gets out of bounds on the far side of the field around the 48. Penalty markers down with 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. And legal use of the hands. So second down and 22. Back at the 35-yard line. And here is Fennell, gang tackled as he crosses the 40-yard line. He stays in bounds. Clock continues to run. 2:30 to go.
Pass the Walsh with the carry. Stop. Dwayne Walsh.
Rafferty back with the play, and it'll bring up third down. And looks to be about 15 for Garden City. And we've got a timeout taken by the Thunder to talk this over. And I know they want to keep the ball and try and score again, but they also don't want to do anything that would result in a turnover. They've been able to keep Rosedale off the board this entire game. The last thing they want to do is try something that could result in some danger. And the last thing you'd want to do is give Rosedale a little bit of a breathing room here. So Garden City breaks the huddle here on third down and long, 3rd and 16. And the ball spotted down at the 42-yard line. And here's Rafferty, and he's brought down. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Ryan Rafferty with the carry.
So Rafferty did not have any room to go there, and it brings up 4th down. And I would imagine we'll see Garden City punt here, and that's what they're going to do. So Garden City to punt for the first time today. And it's a line drive kick. Bounces down inside the 35 to the 33. And that's where Rosedale will put it into play. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
Covered by Jaden Stevens.
Stevens recovered that punt. We say it every time they get the ball back now, but this is really an important drive here for Rosedale to try and get back into this game. A Garden City, again, they got off to a slow start early in this game, but they have shown their power, they have shown their speed, they have shown their discipline, except for there's that one drive where they committed some penalties, but for the most part, Garden City's played their game today and displayed why this is a team that has not lost a game since they were together at 7 years old. This has been a powerhouse football program, but specifically this group of young men here that are now 11 years old, they don't lose. And here's a pitch around the right side. And a run across the 35 up near the 40 as we approach a minute to go in the third quarter. And we've got another injured player on the field. So we'll step aside with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Garden City up 22-0 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
We are back at Mitchell Athletic Complex. The injured player, Michael Ferrucci of Garden City, has been taken to the sideline. Now less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Garden City in control, up 22-0. There is a penalty marker down. As Rosedale has a big carry here into Garden City territory and knocked out at around the 35-yard line. But there was a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage, and that is generally considered holding. And that's exactly what we have here as they'll bring that back. So a big run for Rosedale, all for naught, as the Seagulls have arrived here at Mitchell Field. I'm not going to say this game is now for the Birds, but the Seagulls have arrived. Bringing about some shrieks from the the crowd in attendance. Second down and 13 for Rosedale from the 30. A pitch around to the right side and some room up across the 35-yard line. And that will be the final play of this third quarter. So we've played 30 minutes out of 40 here in the 11-year-old championship game for the Nassau County Youth Football League. And the score after 3, Garden City 22, Rosedale nothing. And you're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Christian Thomas with the carry.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video.
Peter Schwartz back with you at the Mitchell Athletic Complex. We head to the fourth quarter, and Garden City is up 22-0. But don't go anywhere after this game is over because we still have two big games still to come. The next one will start just after this one ends, and that is Belmore taking on Massapequa in the 12-year-old game, which is coming up very, very shortly at the conclusion of this one, but still 10 minutes to go. And the clouds are starting to come in, but they have not turned the lights on as of yet here at the Mitchell Athletic Complex. As here's the first play of the fourth quarter, and it's a run up the middle. And that was Sherlson Pierre-Charles on the carry. The biggest play that Rosedale made in this game was a long pass play early on in the first half. And they were knocking on the door to score. And that drive ended in a turnover. Beyond that, there's been some nice runs here and there. But for the most part, the Garden City's very stout defense has shut them down. 4th and 2 for Rosedale from their own 41. And here's the give, and it's going to be very, very close. Looks like where the official is coming up, it's going to be a first down for Rosedale. And it is. They move the sticks. Clock continues to run. As we wind down here in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go. Great job by the entire crew here all day. Everybody involved in putting these Nassau County Youth Football League games on the air here on Varsity Media Sports Network, and still more to come. 2 more games after this one is over. And just congratulations again to all of the kids and all of the coaches to get to this day today, a very special morning, afternoon, and evening to be a part of a great youth football event like this here on Long Island. And there is a tackle in the backfield, Hafner exploding to the ball. And it'll bring up second down. Look at that again. Look at Hafner, his speed. He also did get some help from Christian Radini to slow up the runner. Hafner has been incredible today. But again, just to everybody from every single team that played today. Job well done all season long. It's not easy to get here. Up across the 45-yard line. And that will bring up third down for Rosedale.
Gian Thomas with the carry, stopped by Declan Searts.
And I don't think there's it's not a mistake when you have a community like Garden City and you see what they've done with their youth football program and how it bleeds into their school program, because they just win all over the place. And it ends in their community with their high school team that just won another Nassau County championship. And there's a penalty on Garden City that will elongate this drive for Rosedale. I wonder if Dave Ettinger, the head coach of Garden City High School, I wonder if he watches these youth games involving Garden City and just smiles, because he knows that once the Schmidts and the Cascadens of the world graduate and go on to other things, he knows he's got a pipeline of other players that are coming down the pike. And you look at this Garden City roster and the names we've talked about today: A.J. Hafner, Christian Radini, Jeff Fennell, Mark Escher, James Walker, all these guys that we've talked about today. I don't think it would be a stretch to say, as we see a run around the left side down inside the 35 towards the 30, I don't think it's a stretch to say that we'll see a lot of these kids, if not all of them, playing for Garden City Middle School at some point, and then also for Garden City High School, because they breed football players there. And this Garden City Thunder team is now 6 minutes and change away from an 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football League championship. Rosedale not going down without a fight. They're moving the ball here, and Garden City's committed a couple of penalties on this drive to help them out. But you know, one thing, if you're Rosedale, you know at this point you're probably not winning the game, but you don't want to get shut out. And they're going to try and do what they can to punch one in here. And Garden City, obviously, they would like to have the shutout, so they're going to see if they can get this ball back here again. Here's a run on a misdirection around the right side. Kind of tricked everyone out here. That's going to be a first down run down the right side for Rosedale. Down to the 22-yard line. That was Brizian Thomas on the carry after. Check that. That's Sherlson Pierre Charles. My apologies. The 8 on that jersey looked a little like the 9. But that is Sherlson Pierre Charles on the. There was a little confusion on that handoff, a little misdirection, and he's able to take it down the right side. As we head towards 5 minutes to go. Here's a pitch to the left side. And a penalty marker comes in from the defensive backfield. It's down inside the 5-yard, still on his feet towards the goal line and in for the touchdown. Jalen Graham, it looks like, number 1, as he gets into the end zone.
Christian Search with the touchdown run. There is a flag on the play.
Brizian Thomas was the ball carrier, but it's going to come back. Brizian Thomas is the ball carrier here for Rosedale. But there is a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage. A.J. Hafner had him, but he wouldn't go down, and he fights his way into the end zone. But again, this is going to come back. Looks like it might be an illegal block in the back. The official coming over right now to tell us what happened. Still waiting for the call. It's on Rosedale. We're going to assume it was an illegal block in the back. I don't think we ever got an official clarification of what it was, but it definitely was an illegal block in the back. So Rosedale gets the ball in the end zone, but the penalty wipes it out on a nice run there, Brizian Thomas. But now a 1st and 19 for Rosedale from the 30. Here's a give along the right side and brought down with not much room there. It was Jaden Williams on the carry for Rosedale.
With the carry. Tackled by a host defender.
Heading towards 4 minutes to go in this one. Some personnel changes here for Rosedale as they try to convert on the 2nd down and long with under 4 minutes left. Back to pass, throwing far side, and it's broken up on the far side. That is Radini, Christian Radini out of nowhere. It looked like that pass play was set up for Rosedale, but Radini read it nicely and came over and broke it up. And the clock stops at 3:37, and it'll be 3rd down. Let's look at it on the replay here. Radini read that one nicely, and he probably wishes he had held on to that ball. And had he caught it, he might have had 6 points the other way, because I don't think there was anybody in front of him. But nonetheless, a great play by Radini to read it and break the ball up, and Rosedale calls for a timeout with 3:37 on the clock. Again, after this one, it's Massapequa and Belmore for the 12-year-old championship. That's coming up right after this one. And one more game after that. A big day of youth football here at the Mitchell Athletic Complex. Rosedale back onto the field, 3rd down and 22 from the 33. Back to pass, throwing over the middle, and the pass is incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. And one more shot here for Rosedale. Again, congratulations to the Rosedale Jets on a great season to get to this championship game. Again, it's not easy. These kids show up for training camp in August, and they go through their school year, and they find time to get to practices, and congratulations to the coaches also on what they do with their time that is volunteer throughout the course of the year. Here's a pitch to the left side. Down inside the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and there's a touchdown for Rosedale. Brizian Thomas takes it the distance, and Rosedale is on the board with 3:17 to go. All kinds of room down the left side. Let's take a look at it again. He breaks a tackle there at the 33 and then cuts back And look at that move there to the 10, to the 5, and in. Great run there by Brizzy and Thomas. And as much as Garden City wanted to keep them out of the end zone, you just, if you're looking at what Rosedale has been able to do here, you just didn't want to see them get shut out. And here's a run up the middle. Thomas again for the extra point, and it's 22-7. Odds are with 3:17 to go, they're not coming back, but that's a nice way for Rosedale to end their season. And it is a great season for them to get to a championship game. But now Garden City will get the ball back, and Rosedale will no doubt attempt an onside kick. But assuming Garden City gets the ball back, they will keep the ball on the ground, run out the clock, and celebrate an 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football League championship. Everyone in the booth's eyes just lit up because somebody came in and offered food to everybody. That's what happens when you work in the sports media. Everyone's eyes, been doing this for 32 years now. And when you put free food in front of reporters and technicians and things like that, you clear out a room really, really quick. I've seen it, and I'm guilty as charged. And now here's the kickoff. It's booted by Garden City, but they fall on it at the 38-yard line. And now the Thunder back out onto the field offensively to try and run this clock out. 3:12 to go. And finish off an undefeated season and continue this juggernaut of youth football out of Garden City. First and 10 for the Thunder from the 37. And there is the give around the right side. Ferrucci gets the carry. We're inside of 3 minutes. And Garden City obviously in no hurry. A great job. Michael Walker, his staff, Andrew Krause, Michael Rafferty, Paul Escher, Fred Hafner. All season long, both sides of the ball. And I started to say before, for Rosedale and for Garden City and for all the teams, these kids go to training camp in August, go to school, go to practice afterward, work hard in practice, get to the games, get through the regular season into the playoffs, and they get to participate in a great event like this. And we've got a fumble on the far side of the field, and I think Rosedale's got it, and we've got an injured player down. So while they attend to the injured player, let's step aside. 2:11 to go, fourth quarter, 22-7 Garden City on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Arjulo over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open, Perazzi, he gets it, Perazzi, foot raise, 10, 5, bank it, touchdown, punch, counter punch.
The trickery, Ryder gets it back, goes over the top for Haberman.
What a catch! Just Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose, and Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it! Touchdown! Touchdown East!
Back at the Mitchell Athletic Complex, still attending to the injured Garden City player on the field and up on his feet right now. And it is number 2, Crosby Krause. And they will bring him over to the sideline. The result of the play was a turnover by Garden City, so now Rosedale will have the ball with 2:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Look at the Garden City sideline there, and they're 2 minutes and change away from celebrating a championship, but now Rosedale's got the ball back, and, you know, stranger things have happened. They get a touchdown, onside kick. You never know what could happen. And here come the Jets. First and 10 from the 41. Here's a pitch around the right side. There's some room down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Clock ticking down now, 1:47. Inside of 90 seconds to go in this one. Rosedale up to the line. Here's a pitch now to the left side. And another run here. Brizzy and Thomas down inside the 20-yard line. So the touchdown maker from a few moments ago, another big run down to the 20.
That's what the carry stopped by Christopher.
They stopped the clock to reset the chains and place the ball down. And now we've got a timeout called by Rosedale with 1:10 to go. So the clock down to 1:06. And Rosedale, after getting the turnover, trying to knock on the door again to make the score a little bit more closer and respectable. And the last thing Garden City wants to do now here is give up a touchdown and have to worry about recovering an onside kick. Now, one thing you could say about these two teams and all the teams that got here today, and these are coaches that are very well prepared. They have their kids knowing exactly what they have to do. And Rosedale back on the field. Mildly surprised, or should I be surprised? The lights are not on yet here. There's still 2 more games left to go. The light should be coming on soon. Now on first down, here's a pitch to the right side. Now cutting back middle of the field, down inside the 5 towards the goal line is Thomas again, down to the 1 with less than a minute to go.
Thomas with the carry, stopped by James Walker.
Down to the 1-yard line. And whistles Timeout called by Garden City with 39 seconds left. So some drama here that we didn't think we were going to have about 10 minutes ago. Rosedale scores. And then they recover a fumble. And now knock it on the door again. Garden City's defense on the field, ready. Here comes Rosedale with 39 seconds left. It's a high snap, and still on his feet, looking for some room. Down inside the 10, does not get in. He's down at the 8-yard line, 28 seconds left.
Williams with the carry.
Jaden
Stopped by Colin Jan.
Jaden Stevens on the carry. It was a high snap, and he was nowhere to go. And the clock is running with 18 seconds left. No timeouts left for Rosedale. Now to 10 seconds left. Here's the give and brought down behind the line with 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds, 1, and that is it. Your final score, the Garden City Thunder 22, Rosedale 7. Congratulations, Garden City, on winning the 11-year-old Nassau County Youth Football Championship here at Mitchell Field today. What a wonderful event all day. Still more to come for our entire crew. I'm Peter Schwartz, reminding you again our final score, Garden City 22, Rosedale 7. You've been watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.